Hello again, guys. As promised, in this video, we're going to address the issue of equations, simultaneous equation, as well as literal equations. So let us start with the first one there, 2.1.1. We are given x squared minus 4x is equals to 21. In this case, because we have x squared, everything else should go onto the left-hand side. Remember, this is our left-hand side. Before the equal sign is the left-hand side, and then after the equal sign is the right-hand side. So we need to take everything over to the left-hand side. So we're going to be on the left-hand side, we're going to have x squared minus 4x, and then 21 going to the left-hand side is going to be minus 21 is equals to 0. And then we factorize our left-hand side, therefore we're going to have two brackets. Then I'm going to have x there and x there. And then now those two factors of 21, which when we multiply, they give us 21. But when we add or subtract, they give us 4. Those two are 7 and 3. Remember, 7 times 3, it gives us 21. And 7 minus 3, it should give us -4. So now the 7 should be the one that is negative because it is the bigger factor. Remember, if we have a negative sign here, one of these two factors, the bigger one, should be the one that becomes a negative there. Okay, so we have negative there, and then the 7, it becomes positive. And then now lastly, we're going to have x minus 7 is equals to 0, or x plus 3 is equals to 0. And then therefore this -7 goes over to the other side. Therefore x is equals to 7, or x is equals to -3. Okay, so now this is one of those easy questions that you really need to take all the marks from it. Okay, but if you're still struggling with such a question, please leave a comment below, and then our team will get back to you and help you in whichever way possible. Now going to the second question, 2.1.2. There we are given 96 is equals to 3x with an exponent of 5/4. Again, remember, we want our variable to be left alone, right? So we need to get rid of the 3. How do we get rid of the 3? We divide it, since, well, it is multiplied. So we divide both sides by 3, and then by 3 this side, then I'm going to be left with 32 is equals to, this 3 cancels that one, we're left with x with an exponent of 5/4. To make things easy, let us write 32 as a power. So we say quickly in a calculator, can say 32, press equal sign, then shift, then fact button. You will see there's a fact button there. When you press that, you will see that 32 will give you 2 then exponent of 5. So instead of 32, I'm going to write 2 with an exponent of 5 is equals to x with an exponent of 5/4. So for us to get rid of that 5/4, which we want our x to be alone, we need to multiply here by the inverse, which is 4/5. Whatever we did on the left-hand side, in fact, let me just use a different color. We multiply here by 4/5. Whatever we did on the left-hand side, we should also do on the right-hand side. We multiply by 4/5. All right. So now we'll then be left here with 2. This 5 cancels that. We are left with 2 exponent 4 is equals to, the 5 cancels the 5, the 4 cancels the 4, then you're left with x, which finally our x will then be 16. That is the value of our x. Okay, so now this as well is one of those questions that we can find it very easily to score marks in. Okay, and then going on to question 2.1.3. In this case, this question is not an equation where we are going to find the exact number. We're just going to make x the subject of the formula. I will show you guys what I mean by that. We have r is equals to 2 square root of x over 3s. So now in this case, we're just going to cross multiply here, and then we're going to have 3 SR is equals to 2 the square root of x. Now remember we said we want the x to be alone, right? So now we're going to divide both sides by 2 so that these two cancels each other, and then we're left with square root of x. And then remember, whatever we did on the left, on the right, we should also do on the left. So we have 2 there. So let's just write it properly. So we have 3SR over 2. Again, in this case, remember we want x, not square root of x. So now what we are left to do is we now have to square both sides. So we square them by 2. Let us square this side as well. So now finally, our answer will be 3SR over 2 squared is equals to, now the square root will cancel the square and then we'll be left with x. So now this is what I mean by making x subject of the formula, making everything to be equal to x, leaving x alone. That's what I mean. And then that is all. In the next video, we'll be dealing with the simultaneous equation. Thank you.